an absolute delight to be here amidst all of the young students. I used to be a student in this university many years ago, and I am extremely humbled to be in the midst of the dignitaries and the dais, Professor M.P. Singh, Professor Jaswinder Singh, Professor Rekha Saxena, and the Dean of Colleges, Professor Bahadur Khalsa. My pleasure knows no bounds because this is a subject on which I love to speak.
This is a subject on which I love to speak in an interdisciplinary way. And therefore, while speaking on this subject today, I am also going to deconstruct the entire topic in such a manner that you would find flavor of neoclassical economics there, and of course, political science there. Now, if you start with democracy, and of course all of us know the definition of democracy and what people have said on and off about democracy historically and of late, political leaders, thinkers. We have of course heard about of the people, by the people, and for the people. I would like to position that democracy, is it an end in itself? Or is it a means to an end? If you look at, when we write answers for the civil service examination, or I'm sure in the university, you take the Latin word of democracy, what it means, and starts writing about it. But the basic question is it a means to an end, or an end to, or it is just an end in itself? Most of the historical literature has talked about democracy being an end in itself. Democracy is celebrating freedom. Democracy is celebrating choice to individuals. But if you look at the economic sciences of a rational individual, atomistic individual, it also talks about choice. So democracy basically gives choice to people. To do what? To determine their lives, as Professor Jaswinder Singh said about their aspirations. How to achieve those aspirations. And therefore democracy is merely a means. And this, as opposed to autocracy, is something in which people have the freedom to exercise their choice, which is what an economist also would want his actor to be in a free market. In economics, we have, those of you who have basic knowledge of economics would know about something called the principal agent problem. There is a principle, let's say the shareholders of a company, they are the principal. And who is the agent of these shareholders? It is the managing director and the board of directors. Now in a democratic setup, in a democratic polity, who are the principals? It is the people. And who are the agents? It is the members of parliament, the representatives, whoever. The entire government is basically an agent of the principle that is the people of the country. And this principle, they exercise their choice through the process of voting, a democratic process, an institutional mechanism that is presented and that has been adopted by them, to select these people who could fulfill their aspirations. This is the deconstruction I am doing of democracy from a lens of political science and economics. Having done so, I would now come to a point where I would like to deconstruct opposition as well. In a democracy, we have heard about this. Dissent is a part of democracy. Dissent and democracy go together. We cannot have democracy without proper dissent. Dissent is a safety valve. We have to do all this. These are cliched kind of stuff which we have heard about, we have talked about, and we all know about. We celebrate that. We know this. But I am going to present a picture in which I say that opposition doesn't really necessarily come from opposition parties. Sources of opposition are far too many in a democracy. And that is the beauty of democracy. Democracy offers choices to people to exercise their vote. That is just one aspect. Democracy also offers people choice to do many other things, exercise their voice through many other means, through civil society organizations, through non-governmental organizations, through students groups, through political parties, through mass media, through several other ways. Political parties also have a role to play, but that's not all that democracy is about.